All right, and here we are, game number 3. As we can see, it is currently 2-0 in favor of Team Tyrannical Eevees. But now a big change has occurred. Security, that big name, big threat, that joined after the first week, is back. People would say that Security was a thorn in the side of Team Tyrannical Eevees all of last week, and we can see that they are still respecting Security's gameplay, as we already have the Dodrio banned. Other than that, Blastoise still banned, Tyranitar been removed. Okay, so we're going to not allow that one again, and it looks like the Leafeon is also going to be denied from the opposing team. Okay, so we have a Lucario pick from Vox, and we have the double defender pick between Umbreon and also the Mamoswine for Team Mysterious Muse. That's pretty strong. Frank the Wolf has been allowed to pick Clefable, and they are going to just have him pick Clefable. And in response to that, Joe Mika, who is stepping in for Blade, is now on a Glaceon. Ray is going to pick Espeon. Eli back on the Decky Dewey. It did do a lot of work in that last game. And what will the final two pick? I'm not entirely sure. I mean, a defender would be good. Maybe a speedster, but mostly a defender. And Sceptile SMG gonna go Crustle here. Solo defender. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about that one. But it's fine. We also have Meowscarada. Very, very powerful speedster. One of the strongest speedsters. And finally, Security going Hoopa. Interesting. Security, I had never seen Security on a support before, but hey, you know what? Maybe this Hoopa is about to go feral. I don't know. I guess we will see. Won't we? What preparations are there to make? I mean, are we gonna have people switching characters around? I'm not entirely sure. It doesn't look like it. I feel like everyone is on a Pokemon that they know relatively well. Except for maybe Sceptile. I don't know how much Crustle Sceptile plays. Alright, and now here we go. We are going into game number 3. Security on a gold ribbon Hoopa. This is actually quite surprising. I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know Security was also a Hoopa gamer. Let's see what this Hoopa is able to cook, as Lucario is going to probably, continue doing the numbers, as Lucario has been doing this entire time. Alright, so here we go. Game number 3. Getting started now. I am very curious about this Hoopa, so let's watch it from an early stage of the game. Alright, so we're Hoopa top lane. Okay, this makes sense. I mean, what is the Hoopa going to do? I mean, it's probably going to try and, do something along the lines of, getting stacks, maybe trying to score. Well, based on the items that are not public knowledge, but I know of them, the Hoopa is not on stacking items. But we are going to do what we can to prevent this Lucario from stacking, though, as, the Swine Up going to go in on the Lucario. We're going to flash in, trying to get this damage off, and Lucario is going to be able to just barely eke out of that one. And the Hoopa is still here contesting the space, though. We're saying, hey, you know what, Lucario, you're good and all that, but, come on now. You can't just get away with everything, right? And now we have this situation. I mean, we have the center spawning, but it looks like the rotation has gone to the bottom for the team on the left, as Jelly Roll is now punching Ray into her own goal, and Red Luck Fox is also getting killed. But that's an overextension, as Frank the Wolf is not going to be able to keep him alive, and this is a free wave of Altarias for this bot lane here. And that is a Glaceon that is still an Eevee, as those Altarias are going to be fainted, and that's a 30-point dunker, and Ray is going to pick up the KO on the Altaria as well. What's going on up here? I mean, Eli is going in, doing some damage. We got to escape, though, because we're very squishy. And security is going to just portal, you know, themselves back and back in. And we are representing space so aggressively here. And now we are going to try and KO this Crustle between security's Hoopa and also the Swinub. And Vox is going to go in and chase away the Hoopa. But that center objective, those Altarias have spawned. Here comes the Meowscarada. That's a flower trick. I'm going to drop a flower on your head. And it's going to explode, and it's going to do a lot of damage. But tragically, we're going to get caught out, but Hoopa's going to teleport away, and that's going to be a KO on the Altarias, as well as the Dartrix, just barely. Jelly's got to escape, though. Jelly's not going to be able to escape, as Hoopa... Did you just kill with the portal? That doesn't do damage, right? Am I crazy? Anyway, we're going to get some overscore off. The Hoopa going absolutely buck wild, level 7. And this is another wave of Altarias in the spot lane. But, hey, Joe is here contesting. Joe is here trying to contest, but we are actually going to get slapped up and mean-looked and caught in a portal, and, yep, that's just not going to go well. Frank, realizing what's going on, he's getting out of there. But we have Antkiller all by himself, trying to prevent the Meow Meow from scoring. But the Meow is going to score, so it didn't matter. Anyway, we're going to try and stop the Meow from scoring, but we just can't stop the Meow from scoring. Meow is just going to do whatever it feels like, put a flower on his head. But is Antkiller going to actually get the KO here? I'm not entirely sure. Well, just barely. It does, it just doesn't quite work out. And we're going to end up getting jumped by the entire team, because they are there trying to get this Zalecki, as they did. Alright, so now we have a big Unite coming out from Ray. We're going to stop the opposing team from doing any further damage if we can. Big portal teleporting everyone out of there. Hoopa coming back. And now the Alecki is at half. We are doing a very good job of keeping the Alecki off of our tower. And that is not going to be an Alecki score. Alright, so now what? I mean, we have this situation. And we're going to try and do what we can, but we should not be trying to score here. We should be, like, just farming, I think. I don't know. Trying to score here is just going to result in us being overextended. Hoopa going to try and save the Umbreon here. Just barely not in time for the portal. Not going to be able to save the Umbreon. And now we're blasting. I mean, this Decky Dewey is using the Unite move. We're uniting. We're hitting everyone with the Knock Knock, and Crustle trying to get out of there, gonna get grabbed by the Mamoswine, KO'd by the Knock Knock. Who's there? It's not Crustle anymore. Alright, so now what? I mean, we're gonna just continue trying to push for this top objective. Why not? Clefable uses the Unite, gets Snorlax's block, and is going to start making a wall, but I don't think anyone really cares. Everyone's low, but no one's got the damage output to get a KO here, except for this Decky Dewey. Umbreon's going to faint from trying, and yeah, Decky Dewey's got to get out of there. Going to probably faint to this flower trick plus the Meowscarada Unite, and the rest of the team is still there. You got to just, like, pack away at this point, I think. You've got to, like... You gotta, like, reconsider your past deeds. I mean, we're still fighting. We're still fighting. We really want this top objective. We're still pushing for it. We are still pushing for it. Meanwhile, Meowscarada, absent from the battle. Now down bot, all by itself, heading towards the Reggie. Surely the Meowscarada is not going to get away with this, right? Surely the Meowscarada is not going to get away with this, right? Yeah, no, the Meowscarada is being forced away between the Hoopa and the Decky Dewey. But be careful, Meowscarada could come in with that Unite move or the Flower Trick, get off that big damage, and nope, they were ready for it this time, and that is a Reggie for the team on the right. Mysterious Muse getting, I believe, their first Reggie steal of the day. And now, things are going well up top as well. They're actually able to fight them off. They're going to get this Alecki. They have a lead. They have a genuine lead here. They walk the Alecki into the goal. Everyone's going to score. Big dunks, lots of points, big experience. And now we have a minute 30 up until this Rayquaza spawns. The Rayquaza is going to, you know, probably determine way more than it should, I feel. And now we're just back to farming. It's just time to farm, you know? We're getting levels. We're experience grinding. But Ant Killer in the open. Jelly Roll gonna get caught by Ant Killer. Ant Killer's like, nah, no, 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 no. Let's fight. Let's fight. Let's fight. And then Jelly gonna put a flower on Ant Killer's head. And here comes help, and a lot of it, and Jelly is getting out of there, which is a respectable play. However, this Lucario's probably got 6 stacks by now. It's just been left up here. Only the Hoopa to contest it. And, I mean, it's got some big damage here. Big damage, big damage. We're going to try and get a punch off. We're punching the Hoopa, but Hoopa's a ghost type, and clearly ghost types don't get punched very well, as Hoopa is going to pick up a KO on the Lucario. And now we're going to catch Frank the Wolf. He's going to try and get out of there with Moonlight, but he's just not going to succeed. And here is a attempt at a 40-point dunker in the top by Ant Killer. He's going to land that 40, and we have 10 seconds to this Rayquaza spawn. Well, I mean, Hoopa's got the power to portal everyone back and then probably teleport everyone back onto the Rayquaza when they decide it is time to start fighting it. However, they're all gonna go ahead and try and push this Meowscarada away. They are going to do so. They are representing space towards the Rayquaza very effectively. Joe is going to extend and say, you know what, it's time to get going. But you know what? That ended up being a huge mistake. Meowscarada going to flash in onto Ray with the Unite move. Ray gonna try and get some damage off with the Sword Power. Does, but ends up fainting. And uh-oh. This is going poorly. This is going very poorly all of a sudden. Oh no! And all of a sudden, the only Pokemon alive in the area for the blue team is this Lucario. And that is a Hoopa Unbound. But the Lucario is going to be able to pick up all of those KOs. And here comes Meowscarada. And Hoopa's getting out of there. Hoopa has to get out of there. Hoopa has to get out of there. And now what? I mean, they're just going for it. They're fighting the Rayquaza. Hoopa trying to get everyone here, if possible. But that's a lot to ask for. Okay, the team is back. They had enough time to respawn. Who's going to get it? And it's the Hoopa with the secure. And the orange team is going to also pick up the team KO after the Rayquaza faints. That is a great ending, and we have a match on our hands here, ladies and gentlemen. We are looking at a 2-1 situation. It is no longer going to be a sweep. We now have not an even match, but a much more even match. I wonder how the blue team will adjust and come back from this. Will they be banning Hoopa? I mean, the Hoopa did do quite a bit there. Let's be honest. Those portals were nuts. And the Hoopa getting a KO with a portal opened my eyes to something that I have never seen before in my entire Unite career. I did not know that Hoopa could kill people with the portal. And that's pretty funny to think about. Anyway, Hoopa gonna drop everyone into their spawn once again. And that is a very important win for Team Mysterious Muse.